This is Math 60, Section 3.2, Graphing Equations, and this is the second video, so this is part 2. This is two more practice problems that I'm going to do for you. This first one, a little different than the one before, but because it has a fraction in there, that's all right, no big deal. Here's my setup, here's my table setup, and here's my grid ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy down the equation. And this is what your homework should look like. And again, I mentioned to you in the previous video that it's really a good idea to pick SMART. Now, instead of me picking -1, 0, and 1, I'm going to pick a -2. And the reason I want to pick that -2 is because I want these 2's, once I put that in there, to reduce down to 1's. So they're going to drop out. So I'm going to pick a -2. So I have y is equal to 1/2 times -2 plus 1, y equals -1 plus 1, and y is equal to 0. So I'll put my 0 there, and my ordered pair is -2, comma 0. The next number I'm going to use is 0. Y equals 1/2 times 0 plus 1. Y equals, I'm going to do a little mental math here. This is going to 0 out, and 0 plus 1 is 1. There's my answer, and 0, 1 is my ordered pair. And finally, I'm going to put in a 2. So I have y is equal to 1/2 times 2 plus 1. Y is equal to, half of 2 is 1, so 1 plus 1, and y is equal to 2. And my ordered pair is 2, 2. So when I go to draw this on my grid, I want to make sure that I can get those numbers in there, and they're small enough that it shouldn't be a problem. So I'm going to draw my lines on here. Put arrows on. Call that the x-axis, the y-axis. And I'm going to plot these points. -2, 0 is right here. 0, 1 is right here. And 2, 2 is right here. And I'm going to draw my line with a ruler or something that is straight edge. Put arrows on either end of my line, and I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to write it right alongside. Y is equal to 1/2 x plus 1. Okay, let's look at the next guy. X plus 2y is equal to 8. Well, this guy looks different than the one before it because it's in a different format. It's okay like this. It's going to be a little more, take more steps to actually solve for y in each case. And from my perspective, it would be a lot easier if I took that and changed it over so it's in the other format. So I'm going to do that down below. I'm kind of in the sandbox, if you will. So I'm going to solve for y. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides, which is going to be 8 minus x. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So it's going to be 8 over 2 minus x over 2. So I'm going to have y is equal to 4 minus 1/2 x. And I'm going to reverse this. Y is equal to -1/2 x plus 4. Now, this equation that I started with, and I know it doesn't look very nice, but you're going to see that it's a lot easier to work. Now, this equation is in the format that I mentioned back in the previous video, this guy right here. And that format is really important and really helpful. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to write it in here. I don't have to do this, but it's sure going to make it easier. So y equals -1/2 x plus 4. And again, I'm going to pick SMART. So I'm going to pick a -2. Y is equal to -1/2 times a -2 plus 4. Y is equal to, negative times negative is a positive, and half of 2 is 1. I'm going to do some mental math. So this is a positive 1, and 1 plus 4 is 5. There's my 5, -2, 5. The next one I'm going to pick is 0. Y is equal to -1/2 times 0 plus 4. Y is equal to, mental math, this is going to zero out and just leave me a 4. 0, 4. And finally, I'm going to put in a positive 2. Y is equal to negative 1/2 times 2 plus 4. Y is equal to, this is going to give me a negative 1 because the 2's are going to drop out. And a negative 1 and a positive 4 is a positive 3. So there's my ordered pair, 2, 3. You know, one of the things that's cool about graphing is that when you go to do this, if they don't line up, something's wrong. So either your math is wrong or your graph is wrong or both. Now I have to make sure that I can get that in there. So this is my highest number. There it is up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should be okay if I still put my axes right here in the middle. Sometimes I have to move them in order to get the numbers in there. So I'll draw these in. And again, arrows, labels, and I'm ready to go. Negative 2, 5. Negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my first point. 0, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And sure enough, they all line up. Put my arrows on there, and I'm going to label this. So this is, I guess I can go back and use this original one. Either way is okay. And there's my equation. I want you to notice one thing. The difference between this one and this one. This one is increasing as you move from left to right. This one is decreasing as you move from left to right. And that's because in this equation here, this coefficient is positive, and in this equation here, the coefficient is negative. That's a huge clue. When the coefficient is negative in front of the x, it's going to decrease. When the coefficient is positive in front of the x, it's going to increase. Okay, we're going to do one more example, but it's going to have to be on another video. Be right back.